Hello and welcome to the training. What we're going to be covering right here is going to be the exact video marketing strategy that we use as an agency and a video marketing company to start attracting the most ideal client and stop relying on a lot of other expensive lead sources, especially the ones that you don't control or own. And we're going to get into that. And how we've been doing this is over the last 10 years of quote unquote doing video, we've tested everything. I mean, as an agent, I've done it as a brokerage, you name it. I've been there, I've done it. We've tested over $100,000, even as a marketing company as well. And in that time, we've created thousands of views for real estate professionals, literally all over the country. Real estate is my thing. I've sold it. I've been licensed since 2002. It's the only language I speak. So the video marketing side of the business is extremely intriguing to me. Not only do we do it for clients, but I've actually done it myself. So what you're going to be about to learn right now is some of the strategies, actually the main strategy that I learned as an agent sort of accidentally. You're going to learn how we sort of implemented that across all different places, faces, different personalities, lenders, businesses, recruiters. I mean, you name it, because the only time I've yet to see this thing not work is when people don't like somebody. But this is all about attraction. And that's what we're going to give you guys today. I want to share with you our exact strategy on how it works. So what we're going to get into is that this strategy is going to be designed to teach you more about video marketing and personal branded, probably than your coach charges you annually. And I really, really mean that. Video's only been here for It's been here for a long time. We've been doing it since 2012, but let's be honest, the mainstream, this has really only started coming through the call. Everyone's starting to get on video in the last 3 years, realistically. So a lot of people don't know what works and what doesn't. I'm going to share with you what does, because I've done it and I duplicate it each and every single month. And like I said before, it works with every single person that we've done it with, as long as they do the videos. It's really that simple. See, real estate marketing dude scripts, edits, and distributes videos for real estate professionals all across the country. That's lenders, real estate agents, broker owners, investors, insurance, transaction coordinators, you name it. If you're in real estate, we've created content in your trade. And because of that, that's why people like working with us. What we're really good at, honestly, is it's not so much about the content you create. It's about how you create it that people pay attention to. And when you really dial in that strategy, that's what ends up working in video. And I'm all about being authentic on video. And that's what people really come to us for. And this works with everybody. There's somebody has a strategy. Believe it or not, you have a video strategy. As boring as you may think you are, truth is you probably are not. So who this is going to work for is going to be realtors, mortgage brokers, recruiters, service providers, broker owners looking to put video into their brokerage for their agents or as their own to start attracting business. Basically, anyone within the real estate industry who's looking to implement video in their business. And this is what we're going to cover specifically in this presentation. So why you have to start using video this year. I mean, besides everyone and their mother telling you have to use it, video isn't a lead generation tool. It's a conversion tool, because nobody hires you without knowing first. So when you know how to use video to your advantage, you start obtaining what we call the unfair advantage. We're also going to show you how to distribute your videos so they get the most, so they get seen the most. Like there's no point of doing the video unless you're going to go out there and push it out there, right? We're going to show you how we script through different videos. People are like, how the hell do you guys create all these scripts for different agents all over the country? It's because I know how to story tell. And I'm going to share with you our universal scripting formula that really makes content creation very easy, and you won't get stuck on what to shoot next. That's the easy part, guys. And I'll show you that in just a little bit. But ultimately, when you do these three things, it all comes down to, regardless of who you put them with, we've taken average people who are usually scared to get on video, 6'5" grown men, when the sight of a camera comes to them, would buckle at the knees, but all of a sudden you see them jiving on video and transform them into a local celebrity with what I'm about to share with you. So who am I? My name is Mike Cuevas. I've been licensed real estate agent since 2002, and I've sort of been it all. Grew up in the Chicago area. 2002, I was 22 years old. Started selling real estate, seen 3 different market shifts. Seen the new construction wave. I've seen the short sale wave. I've seen the comeback from that and the foreclosure waves. And right now we're on another shift, what I think is about to happen. But I've owned brokerages. I've owned teams. I'm the CEO of Real Estate Marketing Dude, founder of Suite Assist, which is a software component for real estate brokerages, and founder of Listing Advocate, which is a seller's lead system. And over the last few years, we've created thousands of videos for real estate professionals all over the country. Everything we were doing, I did as an agent. Now we just do it for people. And I went back to being an agent because the opportunity is just too big. But this isn't about me. I want to get through and show you guys what we're going to get into, because the truth is that if you're not going to get on video yet, you're missing out. The reason why I just got my license and what I just alluded to was because nobody here is doing it in the way that I will do it. And I know that even me going into a brand new market will still end up doing very well, which is why I set up a team here, doing exactly what I'm about to show you. But here's where it starts, okay? Getting on video, it's not lead generation, it's branding and attraction. The second you try to sell on your videos, you will not have a longevity of a campaign. You'll eventually run out of things to say, and no one's going to want to watch your stuff. Just why you don't want to watch content where you're being sold to. Well, people don't want to watch your videos where you're selling them at the same time. So once you approach it as it's branding and attraction, it's extremely important. And the reason why I want to share this with you is because of what do you see right in front of you right now. See, there is a difference between lead generation and attraction. And when we actually look at where business comes from for real estate agents, and the chart you're looking at is not from me, this is from NAR, the average age of a home buyer. Where do you find your real estate agents? Well, you can look at the numbers right here. Referrals and previously used them in repeat business for sellers. I'm sorry, this is a seller graph, accounted for over 63% of business, right? And you could go ahead and add all these numbers up, but let's just look at the buy side as well. Referred or used an agent previously to buy or sell a house. And it's the same thing in mortgage. It's the same thing when agents are deciding to join another brokerage. They usually work with someone that they know. So where does business really come from? It's not coming from lead generation. It's not coming from door knocking. It's not coming from Facebook ads. It's not coming from the pick up the phone and start dialing and cold calling a bunch of strangers, but that is what we're led to believe, right? If you look at I did this test, and you could do this right now if you like, roughly, and most people don't look at their business this way, but when you really look at your own business, 10 to 15% of the people, for example, on your Facebook feed right now, they're moving, and 100% of them have a referral that they can give you over the next 12 months. The question is, are they going to, right? And if the vast majority of business comes from people we already know, well, where am I going to put my marketing messages? So go ahead and do this. Go ahead and make that same post it on Facebook right now. And she didn't believe me. This agent, I do this a lot when I'm speaking in a room, and no matter what I do, this always works, and people just don't believe me. But what this means, folks, is that the business is really right in front of you, because here's what the numbers really tell us. When you actually survey consumers and you ask people, hey, why did you pick your agent? Only 4% of them picked the agent because of the brand they're affiliated with. And 96% of people chose the agent, not their broker. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means that you're the personal brand. People aren't hiring the brokerage you work for or the bank you work for or whatever business you're in. Who they're hiring is you, the individual, which means your personal brand is ever so important. Lenders, how much of your business comes from lead generation versus referrals from agents or referrals from your own sphere of influence? How much is really coming from sources that are cold or that you don't know? And recruiters, when broker owners, like if you guys are joining, how many of your agents actually come from lead generation to join your office? Usually they come from a relationship. It's because they don't join your office, they join your culture and your brand. And it's the same way with how people pick and hire real estate agents, lenders, or anything. People do business with people they know, like, trust. But most importantly is you have to be remembered. Now, when we break down the stats and we look for all of this, 51% of business came down from referrals from the start. The chart I was just showing you. 12% comes from repeat business, 3% from strategic alliances, 10% from assigned, 4% from open house. This adds up to over 80% of people, for real estate agents at least, found their agent from someone they knew from referral, they personally met, or that they used in the past. That's the math, right? And it's the same numbers when you look at, hey, ask a real estate agent, hey, how did you choose your brokerage? Or ask a lender, hey, where is the business? How are your clients finding you? And you're going to get the same thing over and over again. So when over 80% of business comes from people you know or used in the past or personally met, what should be your number one source of business when it comes to marketing? Because it's not coming from technology, autoresponders, door knocking, cold calling, or hardcore prospecting stuff that you hate doing. The reality of it is that Lead generation versus building a brand and attracting business, there's no competition, because what I just showed you shows that over 80% of business comes from branding and attraction, not from lead generation. And that's where video comes in. You see, the main difference between these two things is that with video, literally anyone can do it. And this isn't like, I'm not just touting your horn, like, you could do it, you could do it. Anyone can do video. What not everyone can do is not everyone can convert cold leads. Not everyone has the tech experience to run an online campaign and to pick up autoresponders and know how to zap things over and then send an automated voice message. Most of you guys aren't that tech savvy. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, not everyone can pick up the phone, including me, and cold call or go door knocking to go beg for business. But what everybody does have is a database, or they will eventually build one full of people that have the ability to refer or do business with you, which over 80% of business comes from anyways. So what we're really talking about, folks, is working smarter, not harder, because everything you're going to do with video, none of this stuff is theory. It is 100% mathematical. You see, everyone has a network that they know they're going to live somewhere. And if you don't believe me, if you have a Facebook account, you have a network. If you're on social media, you have a network. If you have a cell phone, you have a network, because there's data with people at the other end of it. That means people know who you are. And regardless of how you look at it, 10 to 15% of the population moves each and every year. So that means that 10 to 15% of your Facebook friends, your phone contacts, your Instagram followers, the people you run through into the grocery store, 10 to 15% of the kids on your college or on your kids' baseball team, parents, they're moving this year. But 100% of the population knows someone that they can refer you to. So statistically, people move every 6 to 9 years, depending on your market. Do the math. When I lived downtown Chicago, it was 3 to 5, but it'll change. But, you know, for say 4 to 7, 4 to 9 years, do the math. If it's mathematical, right? 10 to 15% of my Facebook friends are moving. If I have 1,000 friends, well, 100, 150 people are freaking moving. That's just the reality of it. Most don't know it yet. Some are going to get sick. Some are going to get a job promotion. Some are going to get pregnant. Some are going to get divorced. Some might pass. See, when people move, it's a life situation, but the numbers haven't changed since I've been tracking this. So when you're with video, what it does, it just makes you more brand present. And when you have people's attention, well, they remember what you do. So let's get out of real estate and let's go through another business model that that is being done to you most likely right now. And on this business model, I don't know if you guys have Bye Bye Baby or Bed Bath & Beyond does the same thing. I think they're owned by the same company. There's several of these companies, but for whatever reason, I always have these 20% off coupons that just show up in the kitchen drawer. And I have a pile of them. I just had my third kid. So trust me, I have a lot of these coupons all over the place. And I bring them to the store because I'm like, dude, babies are expensive. I want to get my 20% off coupon. However, most people don't. Why would Bye Bye Babies keep spending money direct mailing me these coupons? Because what really happens when I go to the store is I come right here and I look for the coupon that's also being emailed to me, because that's the one I scan at the register. And I'm like, all right, where's that email? Where's that email? All right, fine. Here I go. Give me my 20% off. And then when I leave Bye Bye Baby, they start retargeting me online with all their little baby stuff, or if you're at Bed Bath & Beyond, towels, whatever you may be. But look what they're doing. Bye Bye Baby is farming me. They're sending me direct mail. They're sending me emails. They're following me on social media. And the reason why they're doing that is because they generate more business from past customers and referrals than they do by new customer acquisition. Let me repeat that. The reason why they do this is because they get more business from referrals and repeat clients than they do from new customer acquisition. So all I ever started doing was just copying their business model. I ripped off Bye Bye Baby, but now I do that with video to my database. And what happens is that it makes you more popular. You see, video doesn't generate leads, video generates attention. And because of that, it's the most impactful form of communication. So for example, the only reason I have a video right here so that you can see what I'm getting across. Otherwise, I wouldn't turn the video on down here in the corner, because 90% of communication is going to be based off the tonality and the body language that you have. I love talking about this stuff. So my body language, my passion's there. I hope you can hear that. But if I were to give this presentation the whole way and I was going to talk to you just like this the whole way through, how many of you would make it all the way through to the end? Probably not that many. You see, when you're communicating, only 10% of people actually remember what goes in one ear and out. It goes in one ear and out the other. Only 10% of people remember what you say, including what you're listening to right now. Which tells me that I can't show body language or tonality on a cold call or a text message all the time. I know I got emojis, but so in other words, video is just the most impactful way to communicate. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And when you start coming from a place of authenticity, you're passionate, people feel that. That's what attraction eventually comes down to. That video is what creates the attention, which puts you on top of mind. You see, video is not lead generation, it's branding and attraction. I'm not fighting for leads. I fight for attention. I want everyone to know who the hell I am and what I do, because top of mind brand awareness equals conversations, and conversations equals referrals. In real estate, it's over like 80% of people will close with the first agent they speak with. And I find that true in recruiting. I mean, in all the businesses, it's like when you're top of mind, you have a greater chance of getting that deal because most people use the first person they speak with. Think about the brokers out there. How many agents join the office that's top of mind or that has the most amount of attention? Right now, you see all kinds of offices competing for attention and having this ceremony versus this award ceremony. Now they're one-upping each other. Well, that all leads to recruiting. That's culture, folks. That's what people are ultimately joining most of the time. So video's here, but how many people are actually doing it in your market, right? There are still markets, for example, where YouTube is wide open. You could rank channels. I don't know what this says right here. It looks like I didn't finish typing in my slides, but the point being is that there's not that many people doing it in your market. How many people have you seen doing video that have a channel on YouTube that is blowing up in your market? If you do, it's only a handful, but how many agents are in your market? How many people do you see actually running around with a show or having video consistently if you're a brokerage or you're a lender? You see, we haven't seen anybody do anything big with video overall. A lot of people tell me all the time, hey, Mike, well, it's too late. It's not too late. It's too early, but it's going to be too late soon because, you know, cat's out of the bag. People are starting to get on it. So if you're serious about building your brand, you know, start doing it now. There's no reason to wait. And after we've done thousands of videos, I know exactly what works and what doesn't work. So when you have your own brand, it's simple. You don't chase business. Business chases you. That's how it works because you are just more popular. You have more attention. There's a person in your office right now or in your market that you may not like personally, but they're doing more business than you. And you're like, why are they doing more business than you? This guy's an idiot. Well, I'll tell you why. It's because they have more attention than you do. Doesn't mean they're smarter than you, but they have more friends, family, and people that know what they're doing in their market. So this is all about video build your brand, and your brand is the most recession-proof business model that you'll ever get. So what does it mean to have a brand? Well, it's a number of people who instantly associate with your name with real estate. That will determine how big your brand is. Okay. See, people don't remember what you do for a living. They remember how you do it. When you're everywhere all the time, people are, oh, there's that real estate guy. Oh, there's that real estate guy. Some of you guys may have seen my videos before. And I might be retargeting you online. You're like, whoa, that guy's everywhere. That guy's everywhere. Same thing with video. So what I want to do is walk you through the secrets to do this, because the key to doing this is really doing it over time, because that's how you build a brand, consistent communication to the same audience over time. So I'm going to walk you through the first three secrets, or the big secrets that people really have. And number one is scripting. Now, scripting is super important for longevity. Most people have an idea. Hey, I want to create a couple different videos, but it's very short-lived. It only lasts 4, 5, 6 videos. And they're like, well, then what? You see, we don't need to create videos that tell people what you do for a living. We need to create videos that remind people what you do for a living, because we're building a brand and we're building the long game. And regardless of what type of video that you're going to be creating, every video is going to have the same components to it. So for example, it's much like writing a book report or an essay or a letter. And it's the same way your teacher taught you to write these things, right? There's always an attention getter. The first 7 seconds of video is the most important part of it. Tell me exactly what the hell you're talking about. If you don't want to lose money on your house, here's what you need to know. I would never buy a house without knowing closing costs are, but this is what you need to know first. If you want to go to blah, 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 I need to stop the scroll. Introduction. You have an introduction for each video. Hi, I'm Mike Cuevas with Big Block Realty. Another episode of SD Vibes. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to do our vibes down here at Carlsbad Village. If you're unfamiliar with where Carlsbad Village is at, and so on and so on. Then I'd have a body where I would have my supporting arguments of my script. Point 1, point 2, point 3. These might be different scenes, but this is what I'm doing my video on. It's the body of your video, just like the body of an essay, for example. And at the end, you have a conclusion. You see, we overthink what we have to say on video because we're always trying to be like, how do I sell my stuff? How do I sell my stuff? Quit selling your stuff and start serving your value in the local community. And the video will remind people what you do. And you don't have to hit them over the head with your lockbox or calculator. Biggest mistake everyone makes is making the video about them. And that's uncomfortable. I don't want to make a video about myself. That's uncomfortable. You don't want to make a video about yourself. Great. None of us want to make videos about ourselves, right? But it's never a matter of when the video ends up generating business. They always eventually do. But you'll never track it. Like, people don't know. You don't know what video is going to be the one that leads to the next deal. What we do know is that when we do it over time, that it always pencils, because eventually someone sees it and needs to buy a home. See, the way you really look at your content creation is you go, every time someone sees your video, 10 to 15% of the people who will see it, well, they'll be moving this year, but everyone who sees it has a referral for you. That alone should be extremely motivating for you. And those are the numbers. So I want you to compare building a brand with video, much like direct mail farming, but video is just more impactful. And most people in real estate understand what farming is. Farming is when you pick a neighborhood and you start sending them postcards over a long period of time. And I've done a lot of studies on this. So here's what happens. After year 1, you farm a neighborhood. And when you farm that neighborhood, guess what happens? You might get 1 to 2 listings, but you show up every single month, every month. Year 2, 3 to 5 listings. Year 3, 5 to 7 plus listings. And the reason is why. It's because over time, the people who receive those postcards, you were consistent over time, and they start to say, oh, this is the real estate guy, because you keep showing up. Well, video is much like that. It's just a lot more impactful, because with video, you have your face, your brand, tonality. It's just a much more impactful way to communicate. So the key is don't sell, just remind. How I discovered all this was sort of on accident. This is the team I had right before I left Chicago, and we were like the melting pot of real estate agencies, totally differently diverse. We were all from different backgrounds and different markets. And what it ended up doing with everybody was, I said, hey, if you guys want to do this, everyone's going to be on the team, but we have to do 1 video each a month, which gave us as a team 4 pieces of content. And guess what? Each one of these agents started selling a lot of real estate. I think Luke did over nearly 30 million last year in business on his own, and which is really good for an individual agent. But what we really did there is I knew everyone had a list of people. Everyone had a database, and I knew I could activate their database, because there are different people that I would never reached. Luke, I don't know anyone in Luke's friends, family, or extension of network, neither with Jerry's, neither with the Knots here. But what I did know is that each of them had the same statistics. 10 to 15% of the people that saw their content would be moving. 100% of the people who saw their content would have a referral for them. And guess what happened? They started producing. I've done this with everybody I've ever met that I've worked with in some way, shape, or form, and they started working. So what I learned is that farming your relationships, your local community with video content leads to attention, which leads to attraction. Secret number 2, distribution. You cannot have a video, but not post it, right? So I see so many people create videos, but then they don't go out there and actually distribute them. And if that's the point, then why are you ever going to do it, right? So for example, if you look what you're looking at right here, these are just Facebook posts, right? Just straight up Facebook posts, but 50 comments on the guy on the right, Harv. Out of those 50 comments, well, 10, 15, 5 of those people are moving. That's the way I look at attention. And that's why I like creating a lot of content, because every single time I create a content, I create attention. But shooting the video is only half the battle. It's 50% of the game. The other 50% is distributing the video, right? So here's the way that I encourage everyone to approach videos. Make videos primarily for your network or your database. Everyone in your community, this is like your local social feeds, your email list, you name it, but multi-purpose them for conversion, lead generation, and brand. And I want to show you what I mean by that. So you want to think long-term, not short. Each video you create is going to long live on your YouTube channel, and YouTube is a search engine. For your website, for example, will host videos forever. So you want to multi-purpose these things. So I'll walk you through exactly how we do it with all of our clients. So for example, video email. Every time we have a video, we video email it to a database, a warm database. We're not talking about cold databases. And we're seeing over a 40% open rate on these emails consistently. You know, the national average, according to BombBomb, was 13%. And if you look at these stats right here, she got 918 opens out of 2,054 emails sent, which is amazing. That's great. But the reason is, why are we getting more of these? See, all we're doing is we're getting more attention. One, we're not talking about business all the time. Two, we have a video. See, we're nurturing with content. Instead of sending our database a bunch of boring content that no one opens, like turn back the clock emails, or like real estate market updates, or like, hey, what's your interest rate? We send them content in the local community that people reminded about, that they'll talk about, because your video will be branded. Your content, your delivery way you do it is branded. That way you don't have to tell them. You just remind them. So the question you ask yourself is, if you do video email, if you send out 2 videos a month for 12 months, how much business does that drum up? It's mathematical. Depends on how many people see your content. So video email, everything. Such an easy touch. There's a ton of different types of video emails. We have one we use with all of our clients. It's called Suite Assist, and anyone who works with us gets access to it. But there's a lot of other video email things you can do as well. Social. I see this all the time. Post the videos to your personal pages. Like, no one hangs out on your business page, guys. So we post all videos to our personal pages. That's usually where we get the engagement, whether it's your Instagram, your Facebook. A lot of people are going to TikTok now. Always, you have to distribute your videos accordingly. So we post all videos to our personal pages, which is where we get engagement. But the way you post it is also important. You got to upload the actually organic video. So we could go into this. I won't go into all the details of how we do it, but make sure you post it to your personal pages. Same thing. 10 to 15% of the people who see your content will be moving this year, and 100% of them have a referral for you. After that, we take the video and then we write a blog post and we put it back to our website. And the reason for this is for long-term brand and conversion. See, when people you don't know, when they do hire you or are thinking about hiring you, the first thing they do is go on your website, no differently than any of you guys thinking about hiring us. You'll go to our website, look at our reviews, our testimonials, and all of that, and rightfully so. So I like to have a lot of content on my website so that you guys can see we know what we're doing, right? No differently in your business. Why can't you have content on your site that shows people what you do for a living and how you do it, right? Next, we optimize every video to YouTube. So without getting into the deets of this, I have another training on this. We have all kinds of stuff, but this is stuff we do with all of our clients. And let's just say that you have a YouTube strategy. We have a lot of clients that are specifically trying to generate business on their YouTube channels. So in that case, we know exactly what type of scripts to create. And we know we do the keyword research and all this fun stuff. And these are all organic views that you're seeing in front of you right here. So not saying this is your strategy, but regardless of your strategy, every video should go to YouTube. Some will do better than others, but you need to know how to post on YouTube. You need to know how to optimize and get the ranks so that people can find the videos. And if your channel takes off, there's a huge opportunity in that right now. So you have Chuck, Joel, Leslie. They're all attracting business from their channels. This is just like free lead generation, right? So next, run ads. We run ads with all of our videos. We suggested if we don't run them for you, most of our clients have us run their ads, but we don't care if we run them or not. We just tell them, make sure they get ran. And we're not doing anything crazy, right? Look at this guy, spent $300. Okay. Very simple ad, 463 clicks to his website, 143 clicks to his website off $100. Yes, he's hitting a lot of his warm and his local community. And this guy knows a lot of people there, but he's reaching so many more people running Facebook ads to the videos that he's already created that are not just seeing it on their personal profiles. So at the end of the day, what this means is just getting more reach, and brand, and he's doing it consistently. So it's no differently when you start creating a lot of videos. You are a publisher and you want to get your content out there. So the next secret, you have to distribute your videos, but the next secret is super important. Because honestly, without this is when people get stuck and they get run out of ideas. And that's going to be your strategy. The strategy is the most important part of video. You know, it's not that you're creating videos to check a box because your coach told you to. I see so many people do that. You want to create videos that enhance and build your brand. There's a major difference in that. So let me go through and tell you exactly how we define a strategy so that this makes sense. So first off is your videos don't have to be about real estate. They need to remind people you're in real estate. I find that very seldomly do people like to talk about real estate, including me. I don't want to talk about real estate all day. It gets boring, right? I'd rather talk about something you're passionate about. Now, the truth is that you can do this in a real estate or in lending business. See, we don't sell real estate. We sell the communities those houses in the real estate resides in, which means there's something you're passionate about within that. The key is finding that out, because when you're authentic on video, that's when you connect, right? In addition, when you're creating videos that you're excited about, that actually you're like, yeah, this is gonna be fun. That's when the whole, what do I do next? What do I have to think about? Doesn't come on. Everything else happens naturally. You don't get that anymore. So that all comes back to dialing in the right strategy with this. So I'm going to walk you through a couple different concepts, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's start up here in the first left. This is a client we have out in Fort Collins. His name is Aaron. Aaron has a show called Beard Budget. He's a mortgage broker, but he calls himself his bearded lender. So Beard Budget is an extremely fun way for him to stay on top of mind. Now, he could create as many videos as he wants, but regardless of what he does, he's always doing it on a budget. Hey, welcome to another episode of Beard Budget. You might be wondering what is going on with this inflation and if it's going to affect your property values, and then how you're going to go all around that, including with gas going up, and stay on a budget. Well, I'm going to give you 3 tips, blah, blah, blah. People are going to remember the beard. Okay. That is love the show. He should never run out of things to say. And his brand is being built the same way. You could do a brewery beer budget tour if you want. It doesn't matter. Touring 4. This is for a real estate agent in Orlando, Florida. He calls himself the real estate rock star. He has a rock star team. This guy is a rock star. His name's Jordan. And what do rock stars do? They go on tour. So Jordan is very rock starred out. I-4 is the corridor that runs right through Orlando there. And all he does on his show are tours, house tours, neighborhood tours, touring 4. That's what a rock star would do. Listing tours, right? So he's tying his brand into the way he communicates with video. Serving SoCal. This is a military-based veteran, 36 years in the service, retired. All of his business comes from reloads and PCSing in and all the military folks. So we created a show called Serving SoCal. If he's going to go out and do business owner interviews, they are veteran-owned businesses. If he's going to go out and do neighborhood tours, it's not any neighborhood, it's neighborhoods near base. You see how what we're getting at is it's how you create content that enhances your brand. And right here is this one I love. This is a mortgage broker. He's up in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and he just, look at his channel. Go ahead and type in living in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and you'll see one guy ranking, and that's him. He's a mortgage broker, and he just moved over from Denver to Wyoming. And the name of his show is called Why Not? It's all about relocating to Wyoming, Cheyenne, Wyoming. And that's what all of his content is about. So why not? We just, recreated little design, but we know exactly how to script, and we'll never run out of things to say. See, the key is doing it your way, which is going to be different for every single individual. So when we go into content strategy, I won't go through and showcase every single one of these videos because there's a lot of them here, but there's not a shortage of content you could create. You could create videos on case studies of clients that you served, right? It's no longer just listed, just sold. It's this first-time home buyer just got their first house. They're no longer renting. Here's how. Very HGTV-like. So case studies are great. And what you'll see is that as you create content, each content is going to have different pros and cons to them. Like you're not going to get a lot of views on a case study on YouTube. However, this is great content to shoot and post on your website for social proof, right? This is easy content to create. It doesn't take that long, right? Or maybe you're doing neighborhood videos. This is the Touring 4 guy. There's pros and cons to doing neighborhood videos. It's one of the best videos you can do, both for YouTube and Facebook. People like it, but it takes the most amount of time to create. Business owner interviews are really good for some agents and some brands, but some people don't like doing them. However, the business owner interview strategy, that's the local celebrity strategy. People love them. People get to know who you are really fast. Really good for Facebook. I love these for Facebook ads even. But poor on YouTube. Don't expect your YouTube channel to blow up. I love it for database marketing. See, so all of these different videos, they all have different strategies associated with them. This is the why not guy moving to Wyoming, living in Wyoming. And all of his videos just about relocating. And it's going to be buyer leads on YouTube, which is why we're doing this strategy. My point is, we could talk about this. I have a lot of training you could see on my website as well on the different types of videos. My point is that your strategy is going to determine how and what you create. Okay. And each type of video you create will have different pros and cons to them, whether it's real estate content, whether it's neighborhood tours, whether it's a business interviews, whatever it may be. Right. So that strategy will change. But when you start creating content that you're really excited about, that's when it works very good. So has this been helpful so far on what you guys have seen so far? Because if you really just do it, what happens is that video will just open up your business. It ended up me moving from Chicago to San Diego. A lot of that was probably the brand I built with video. And we see this happen with people all the time. It's not that when you start creating a lot of content, you're building a brand. And it's no longer just a real estate thing. For example, this is Jessica Thiele. She's in Joshua Tree, California, and she just got picked up or pitched a reality show. Well, one thing Jessica has done is that she stayed consistent over time. She stayed consistent for about a year, year and a half. And today, just a couple of weeks ago, she says, hey, I got pitched a reality show, and she's blown up. That's what happens with video. She's one of the first people in Joshua Tree, at least on YouTube, to do it. And you go ahead and look up her channel on YouTube, Living in Joshua Tree, and you'll see her pop up all over the place. But she is attracting all kinds of business from it. Same thing with Ramzi Salameh. This guy's in Sioux Falls. He's the first guy to video when in this series. We wanted to do a YouTube series as a newer agent, and he wanted business. And his channel blew up. He got picked up by the news station, 9,300 views, 10,000 views, 19,000 views. These are all organic views where he hasn't actually ran any ads or done anything of that nature. But the reason was he was there first. And he's only doing one video a month, but he's doing it consistently. Okay. There's a general trend that happens when people do it all consistently. So you have three different options with what you're going to do with video. One, you can learn how to shoot, edit, script, and distribute all your videos by yourself. Okay. Love it. Do it. Just be prepared. It's going to take some time. You can try to find a local videographer in your market, but just know that local videographer isn't going to be the same person as maybe even the editor, the script writer, the person who runs your Facebook ads, or the person that knows your YouTube channel. And chances are that videographer don't necessarily speak your language. Or you could work with us at Real Estate Marketing Dude, where we script, edit, and distribute your videos for you, and we know exactly what you're going through. So the reason for that is that in real estate, there's a reason why we stick within this business, because we're at the cutting edge of it for real estate market within the industry. And it always works unless people don't like you, guys. If you stay consistent, and what I mean by that is that it's a popularity contest. That's how real estate is. And the more video you create, the more popular you become. So if you're an agent, maybe you're tired of relying on prospecting, expensive lead options, chasing after business, the stuff that makes you feel dirty, try video. If you're a lender looking to attract more agent relationships and direct business from your own SOI, so you don't have to rely so much on real estate agents, try video. Or if you're a recruiter, a broker owner, or a service provider that needs more attention or awareness for your business and maybe some more leverage to recruit or get in front of more agents, then try video. This year, we have a mission, and that mission is to help roughly 250 lenders, realtors, brokers, and service providers get on video. And when you work with Real Estate Marketing Dude, you get a lot more than just a marketing company. First, what we do is we figure out a strategy that is going to meet your goals. You get all of the one-on-one coaching with me and my team that you're going to need to get it. This is not rocket science. We have a roadmap to teach you everything front and back. We even build your email, direct mail, and social media custom audiences list during that process so that we have the people or the right people to put these in front of, and we shoot your videos with you together. We teach you how to script, we hold your hand, and we do everything in between. And before we do any of that and launch your first video, we rebrand your channel and all your social headers and profiles, and we even buy you the video equipment if need be. Our focus is very simple. I want to give you the skills to start creating content without having to make it a full-time job or a full-time position you need to hire for. Full-time position you need to hire for would cost a lot of money. And that's exactly what Real Estate Marketing Dude does. But beyond that, our backbone is we want to be your content creation center. So we handle your editing, your scripting. We write a blog post for each video and place it on your website. We optimize your YouTube channel for you. We video email every video we do to your database for you using our video email software that is also included. We can run your ads. We have monthly webinars. This conversation is always changing. And we even have a private Facebook group to keep the conversation going. So people work with us because we are their backbone. Ultimately, we're the in-between between hiring this all in-house or doing it yourself. Truthfully, if you're going to do this on your own, I used to spend $500 a video just for the video and editing back when I was in Chicago. And you might be able to get that for $400, but whatever it may be. And then on top of that, I would have to run my own ads. I would write my own blogs. I would do all the video emails, and I would do my own optimization. You still have to market the video on top of that. It's shooting, it's one battle, distributing, it's the other. It doesn't work without one or the other. And if you're going to hire this in-house, it's not just one person doing that job. It's two people. The videographer is never the marketer. There are too many hats. So if you hire it in-house, it could cost you north of $5,000 a month easily. Just depends on what you're looking to do. Or you could work with the best in the country for a fraction of the cost. Click the button directly below this video and schedule your marketing strategy call. Or you could visit talkwithadude.com. What's included? We dial in the strategy, we handle the scripting, we shoot, we build your audiences, we build out your YouTube page, weekly training calls with me and my team. You have a dedicated marketing dude. We provide you the software and we offer all of the support. But honestly, seriously, you have to commit to video if you're going to do it. If you're not, don't do it. It's one of those things you got to think about in your business that you actually want to do. As long as you do, it'll work. I promise you. So here's what you do next. The whole process is going to take you just 3 minutes. Either click the button directly below this page right now, or visit talkwithadude.com. You're going to be routed to a page that looks like that. This is my calendar. Go ahead and schedule a calendar call with me. You and I will get on a phone or a Zoom meeting face-to-face, and I'll walk you through exactly how it works. And then you could tell me exactly what you need help with. Plus, on top of that, when you schedule your demo, I'm going to give you access to everything in our video marketing training center. Blogs, podcasts, videos, you name it. If you want to know anything about video, I have a ton of content. I've been creating this for 5 years, and I'd love for you to take it. This isn't going to be a high pressure sales call. Quite frankly, I'm not going to talk you into it. I'm going to try to talk you out of it. This is a strategy call, and I will tell you straight up if or not it's a good fit. During the call, worst case scenario, you'll probably get a bunch of different strategies. I'm known to give people a lot of free coaching advice. But that's okay. I love doing it. And it's just something I like to do. And the chance we do end up working together, we'll be shooting the first video within 10 days. Maybe you're not ready to get on video and you just need some coaching and some consulting. We could also do that too. But regardless of what it is, you'll be taking action within 10 days. People are happy with the results they have with us. You just have to follow the roadmap, follow the plan we laid out. And yes, it will work. So one more time, I'm going to give you one more recap. We'll dial in your strategy. We go through all your scripting. We handle your scripts. You'll never get stuck. We handle shooting, directing your videos with you. We build your audiences. We build out your YouTube page. Weekly training calls. You get your own dedicated marketing dude. Plus, we provide the software and everything you're going to need to implement the model, including the video email and a software that markets your database, including direct mail to that. And if you ever need support, coaching calls, that's what we're there for. We're your entire back end. Go ahead and book your strategy call directly below this video by clicking the red button. Or if you're not on that page, you could visit talkwithadude.com. We're not the super duper huge company. We usually take on like 10 clients a month, but we're like a concierge company with video marketing. And we do that for a reason, is that we put a lot of love and a lot of work into the people we do work with so that they have success. And we're just not this big conglomerate company, which is why you still get me on many of the coaching calls. So when you work with us, you get more than a marketing company. I'm going to walk you through the recap one more time. It's a video strategy call. That's where we start off. You have plenty of one-on-one coaching calls with myself and my team. We build your email list, your Facebook ads, your direct mail, all of your database lists, so we can start building your brand on your database. We script and shoot the first few videos together, rebrand your channel, and even buy you the equipment. After you're done going through the onboarding process, we are your backbone content marketing, video marketing department. We handle your editing, your scripting. We write blog posts. We place that up on your website. We optimize your YouTube channel, thumbnails, tags, descriptions, titles. We video email to your database. We run your Facebook ads if you want us to. And we have a lot of ongoing support that handles each and every month. So go ahead and schedule the demo. Worst case scenario, we are a right fit. Best case scenario, we're the right fit. Worst case scenario, didn't work, but you can get some free content as well as a lot of good free advice. So thanks for watching this. We hope to see you on the other side, and I look forward to seeing you on our call.